In the previous lecture, we have discussed the method of finding solution of first order nonlinear PDE. In this lecture, we are discussing a problem on first order nonlinear PDE. Here we have a problem. Solve the iconal equation p square plus q square is equal to n naught square with the initial condition u of x 2x equal to 1, where n naught is a constant. So we know this iconal equation is a nonlinear equation. So we can use this above method that is we discussed in the last class to solve this iconal equation, this nonlinear PDE. So here actually p square plus q square equal to n naught square. So we can write this as p square uh, plus q square minus n square, sorry, n naught square equal to 0. So we can take our f of x, y, u, p, q as p square plus q square minus n naught square. Okay, so this is our f. Now we have the characteristic equations. Characteristic equations are given by we have xt equal to fp, yt equal to fq, ut equal to p into fp plus q into fq, pt is equal to minus fx minus p into fu, and the last one is qt is equal to minus fy minus q into fu, right? So these are the characteristic equations. So replacing these values, and on the right side we have this characteristic equation as uh, xt equal to fp. Fp is the partial derivative of this with respect to p, that is 2p. Yt is equal to fq, which is nothing but 2q. Then ut is equal to pfp plus qfq. This is fp, right? So pfp means p into 2p plus q is q into fq is nothing but 2q. So we have this is equal to 2p square plus 2q square. So 2p square plus 2q square. So this is nothing but we have p square plus q square is equal to n naught square. So 2p square plus 2q square is equal to 2 into n naught square. So we have ut is equal to 2 into n naught square, right? Now pt is nothing but this is small p. Pt is equal to minus fx. Fx equal to 0. This is independent of x and independent of u. So fx equal to 0 and fu equal to 0. So pt equal to 0. Also we have qt equal to 0 because it is independent of y and u. So this is equal to 0. So we have the characteristic equations are given by these 5 equations: xt equal to p, yt equal to 2q, etc. Okay, now we have the given condition is initial condition is u of x 2x is equal to 1. So we have the initial condition is given by u of x 2x is equal to 1. So we can write initial values as, so this implies we have x of x naught equal to s. If you take x naught equal to s, that is x of 0 s is equal to s. If you take x equal to s, then we have y of 0 s is equal to 2s and u of 0 s is equal to 1. So we have the initial conditions for x, y and u. So but to solve these characteristic equations, we also have to find the initial conditions for p and q. That is, we have to find p naught and q naught. So now to find the initial conditions for p and q, that is, we have to find initial conditions are p of 0s and q of 0s. So we have to find these initial conditions for p and q. We already proved in the last theorem is that uh, the values of P or P naught and Q naught, that is the initial conditions for P and Q, are obtained from the following equations. The first equation is U dash of S, U naught dash of S is equal to P naught of S into X naught dash of S plus Q naught of S into Y naught dash at S. And the second equation is f of x naught of s, y naught of s, u naught of s, p naught of s, q naught of s equal to 0. So actually this equation is our given PDE. So we can find these initial conditions for p and q, that is p of 0s and q of 0s, from solving these two equations. Okay, we have this u naught, x naught, y naught are non-variables, non-functions of s, and the only unknown functions are p naught and q naught. So we can find that. Okay, so here we have this equation can be written as, so we have x is equal to ds s, so this can be written as, so u of 0s is equal to 1, so u naught is nothing but 1, so u naught dash at s is equal to, u naught dash at s equal to 0. So this equation can be written as 0 equal to p naught of s, p naught of s, p naught of s means actually p of 0s, this is p naught of s, right? uh, Into x naught dashes, x naught is s, so x naught dash is nothing but 1. Okay, plus q naught of s into y naught dashes, y naught is 2 into s, so y naught dash with respect to s is nothing but 2. Clear? This is, we have x naught dash is, x naught dash at s is equal to dx naught divided by ds. Okay, so this is the first equation, and the second, similarly, the second equation is, this is our PD f of x naught, y naught, u naught, p naught, q naught equal to 0. We have the PDE was f is equal to p square plus q square minus n square equal to 0, minus n naught square equal to 0. So replacing these conditions here, we get what? This is f. So f equals 0 means p square is p naught square, uh, p naught square plus q naught square plus uh, which is equal to n square, naught square, right? Is equal to n naught square, where n naught is a constant. Okay, so this is actually, from this equation we can write this as p naught of, this is p of uh, 0s plus 2 into q of 0s is equal to 0, and this is p of 0s whole square plus q square of 0s equal to n naught square. So we have to solve these equations for p and q, for p of 0s and q of 0s. So let number this as a and this as b. So from a we can write, from a we have q is nothing but uh, q of 0s is equal to minus p of 0s divided by 2, and replacing this q here, b implies p square at 0s plus q square. Q square is nothing but p square at 0s divided by 4 equal to n naught square. So we get from this, this is nothing but 4p square plus p square. So 5p square at 0s equal to 4 into n naught square. So we have uh, p of 0s is nothing but 2n divided by root 5. Right, this is p, so we have q. Therefore from this we have q of 0s is nothing but minus p by q, that is uh, minus n by root 5. N is nothing but n naught, right? Minus n naught divided by root 5. So this is q and this is p. Clear? So we have obtained, now we have obtained the initial conditions for p and q also. This is initial condition for p and this is initial condition for q, along with the initial conditions for x, y and u. Okay, so we have this condition for x, y and u, and with this. Now we can solve these equations. Uh, these are our characteristic equations, so we can solve these equations. So from this pt equals 0, that is pt of t comma s equals 0, that means we can write now solving characteristic equations 1. So first of all we are solving that pt equals 0, the fourth equation, right? Pt equals 0 implies p is actually p is a function of t and s. So derivative with respect to t is 0. So we can write in on integration we get, we are integrating this, so on integration we get p of t comma s is equal to a constant which may be a function of s, so we can take this as a function of s, f1s. Okay, now next the last equation was qt equals 0, so this implies q of t comma s is equal to another function of s, it may be a function of s. The derivative with respect to t equals 0, so we can write the q is a constant, so that constant may be a function of s. Okay, now we can write next equation. Next equation is third equation, ut equal to n naught square. We have n naught is a constant. Okay, so from third equation we can write ut equal to n naught square. That implies we can write u of t comma s is equal to n naught square t plus a constant of integration, that is f3 of s, right? Now we have two more equations to solve, which are the first two equations in characteristic equation. So these are xt equal to p and yt equal to q. Actually, we started our integration from here. It is because this xt equal to 2p is not separable. Actually, this is actually dx by dt is equal to 2p. So it is not separable in x and t. So we started our integration from here, right? Now we already got what is q and p, so we can replace the values of p and q here, and it will be separable now. So we can integrate this. Okay, now we have to integrate this xt equal to p and yt equal to q. Actually it is not separable, so we can write this as uh, xt equal to 2p and we have yt equal to 2q. Okay, so from this is actually is not separable, so we have p is this f1 as s, so it is a constant, so it can be written as xt equal to 2 into f1 of s. Now it is solvable because it is separable. Now dx by dt is equal to 2 into f1 of s, so directly on integration we get x is equal to, that is x of t comma s is equal to, on integrating this we get 2 into f1 of s is a constant, therefore into t. Okay, plus another constant of integration which may be a function of s, so we can take f4 of s. Clear? Now in a similar way we can solve this also. Yt equal to q implies yt is equal to 2 into q was f2 of s, which is also a constant, so yt is a constant. So from this we can write on integration we have yt s is equal to 2 into f2 of s, which is a constant, into the variable t plus a constant of integration which is f5 of t. Okay, so this is our characteristic that is p equal to this, q equal to this, u x t x y. So these are the parametric form of our solution once we obtained the values of f1, f2, f3, uh, f4 and fy. Okay, once we obtain the values of f1, f2, f3 and f1 and fy, we get the parametric equations or parametric form of our solution x, y, u, p, q, right? So for this we have to apply the initial conditions. So here first we apply the initial condition for these uh, equations. So number as 2, applying the initial conditions. So we have the initial conditions, u of 0 is, sorry, x of 0 s is equal to s, right? Y of 0 s is equal to 2s, u of 0 s is equal to 1, and we have obtained the another two initial conditions. P of 0 s is equal to, P of 0 s is equal to, what was that, 2 n naught divided by root 5 and q of 0s is equal to minus n naught divided by root 5. So we have to apply this condition to obtain the values of f1, f2, f3, f4 and fy. Okay, so applying this condition in here, we get from first equation we have p of t0 t of s is nothing but we have p of 0s is equal to 2 n naught divided by root 5. So f1 of s is equal to this p of 0s. So applying these conditions here, we get what f1 of s is equal to p of 0s. So applying this condition at t equals 0, we have this is nothing but 2 n naught divided by root 5. So we have f1 equal to this. So this is actually p is nothing but f1x. So we can replace this p equal to f1 of s. And q, applying this condition t equal to 0 here, f2 of s is equal to f2 of s is equal to q of 0 comma s here, which is nothing but minus n naught divided by root 5. And in third equation, applying this condition, means t equals 0 and s equal to s. So applying this here from the third equation, we get f3 of s is equal to u of 0 s minus n naught square into 0. Since t equals 0, this is we are applying t equals 0 and x equal to s. So this implies this is equal to u of 0 s is nothing but we have u of 0 s is 1 minus 0. So f3 equal to 1. And in fourth is x of ts. So here by applying this, we get f4 of s. f4 of s is nothing but x of 0s, here x of 0s plus, sorry, minus 2 into f1 of s into 0 when t equals 0. So this is equal to x of 0s, which is nothing but s, right? And in last equation, f5 of s is equal to this is y of ts is 2s. So 2s minus this is 0, 2f2 into 0, t equals 0. Okay, so f5 of s is 2s. So we obtained these arbitrary functions or arbitrary constants, f1 equal to n naught by this, etc. So replacing these f1, f2, f3, f4, f and f5 here in equation number 2, we get the parametric form of our solution. So equation number 2 implies. So the integral surface in parametric form is given by equation number 2 implies first of all we can write x of ts is equal to 2 into f1 st plus f4t. So we have x of ts is equal to 2 into t into f1, right? 2 into t into f1s plus f4s. f1s 2 n naught divided by this plus 2 n naught, sorry, into 2 n naught divided by root 5 plus f4s. f4 is s. So x of ts is equal to s plus 2 into 2 is 4 t n naught divided by root 5. Okay, this is x. Now y is y of t comma s is equal to, we have this equation, y of t comma s is 2 into f2 into t, 2 into t into f2 plus fy. Okay, so 2 into t into f2, f2 is minus n naught into minus n naught divided by root 5 plus fy, right? Last is fy. f5 is 2s. So we have a y of ts is 2s minus, here is plus, right? Plus. Okay, then 2s minus 2t n naught divided by root 5. Clear? Now we have u of ts, which is equal to, from the third equation we have u is equal to this n naught square into t plus f3. So f3 plus n naught square into t. So f3 is equal to 1. So 1 plus n naught square into 3. 1 plus n naught square into t. And we have p of t comma s. P is nothing but what was that? P equal to F1 and Q equal to F2, right? So we have P equal to F1 is 2 N naught divided by root 5, 2 N naught divided by root 5, and Q Ts is equal to Q, that is, sorry, F2, right? So F2 is nothing but minus N naught divided by root 5. So this is minus N naught divided by root 5. So these are the this is the integral surface in characteristic form or parametric form. Okay, so this is the integral surface in parametric form. So to obtain a smooth function u equal to u of xy, that is to express this integral surface in terms of x and y, or explicit function of x and y, we have to eliminate t between these three equations. Okay, t and s. So here for that we can write this x is equal to s plus 4 t n naught divided by root 5, and y equal to 2s minus 2 t n naught divided by root 5. So uh, multiplying this with 2, we have, from this we have 2x is equal to 2s plus 8t n naught divided by root 5, right? Multiplying with the 2, and therefore 2x minus y. So therefore 2x minus y, so we can eliminate s. So this is y, 2s minus this 2t into n naught divided by root 5, and 2x is this. So 2x minus 5 is 2s minus 2s, and 8t into n naught divided by root 5 minus 2 into t into n naught divided by root 5. So 10t into n naught divided by root 5. So we have the solution is u equal to 1 plus n naught square t. So we have to replace here the t. Okay, so this is into t. So we can obtain the value of t from here. So from this we have t is equal to 2x minus y into root 5 divided by 10 into n naught, right? So replacing this t here, I think we have made a mistake here. Actually u is equal to we have, from this we have ut is equal to 2 n naught square, 2 into n naught square. We have taken n naught square only, so we have to correct it. So ut equal to here ut equal to 2 into n naught square. So this is equal to 2 into n naught square into t plus f3. Okay, so here ut, so here it will be 2 into n naught square into 0, so no problem. Here is 1, and then the rest is here 1 plus 2 into n naught square t, right? So this will be u, right? So we have 2 here, so please correct it. And so now we obtained the t. So we have to, this is our solution, u equal to 1 plus 2 into n naught square into t. So if we replace this t by a function of x and y, so we can we will obtain the solution as a function of x and y, right? So we can replace this t by this. Okay, so from this equation u we have u equal to 1 plus 2 into n naught square into t, where t equal to this. So replacing this we get 2x minus y into square root of 5 divided by 10 into n naught. So dividing this n naught, and here is 2 by 10 is 5, so 5 by root 5. So this is 1 plus 2, so we divided 2, and n naught divided by root 5 into 2x minus y. So this will be our solution integral surface in terms of x and y. Okay.